A program that began in the midst of the pandemic now brings essential health and other services to hundreds of residents of Brooklyn Park each month. It's a health clinic on wheels. Inside this blue building on wheels, Carmen Bibiano doesn't bother setting up anything permanent.
So then here's the dental chair and all of the equipment. So then they bring their extension. I also, if they don't bring one, I also have them. So I try to be prepared for them, make everything easier, because it is already enough or too much that they are coming here and they are providing the free services for the community.
Bibiano runs Brooklyn Park's Health on the Go, a mobile wellness clinic that started as a way to get COVID vaccines into the underserved apartment communities in the state's 6th largest city.
But then I started asking, okay, you don't want the COVID vaccine, that's fine. But what else do you want me to bring you? Because I know the organizations, I can bring you other health resources.
Lots of other resources.
There's legal services, housing, food. I cannot solve all of the problems, but I can guarantee that those programs and services are going to be free for them, because that's my job, to provide free services.
All available wherever the blue trailer can go as a billboard for the city.
I see the Health on the Go as an opportunity for the city to be known in the community, because that's what residents ask, like, when are you coming next month? When are you coming next month?
And she uses every inch of the space she can.
So here is the kitchen, but it is not actually the kitchen.
Every community connection she can.
Sometimes they give me ideas and I'm just thinking and I'm like, okay, yes. But then it's like more work for me. But I'm like, okay, well, anyway, it's gonna be worth it, because the community is gonna get what they need, what they really want.
All to bring more of what's possible to those in impossible situations.
Trying to make the lives of the residents a little bit easier, because it is very complicated. A lot of them, they live in very difficult situations like domestic violence, sexual assault, and everything. Maybe they don't have a job. So then when the Health on the Go comes, it's like resources are going to be there for them.
Health on the Go visits Huntington Place and Eden Park apartment complexes every month and distributes food at Hennepin Tech once a month as well. A Brooklyn Park man faces charges after he allegedly pistol whipped a woman in his apartment. DeAndre Gresham is charged with making violent threats and illegal drug and gun possession. According to the criminal complaint, Gresham assaulted 2 women and pistol whipped one of them and kicked the other in the head. One of the women escaped his apartment and called police. Officers kicked down his door, recovered a sawed-off shotgun, meth, cocaine, and counterfeit prescription pills. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office reminds families to stay safe on the water ahead of the 4th of July holiday. The Sheriff's Office and the outdoor company Onyx handed out more than 100 free life jackets for children and adults. And they also demonstrated proper use of a life vest while at the Elm Creek Park swim pond in Maple Grove. Sheriff DeWanna Witt also urged boaters to wear a life jacket when they're out on the lakes.
Boating without a life jacket, it can be life-threatening. You know, we know that, you can't plan for everything, but you can prepare. And by wearing your life jacket, people are more prepared for whatever the unknown is.
According to the CDC, 80% of people who drowned while boating were not wearing a life jacket. An international beauty queen kicked off her tour of the U.S. with honors in Brooklyn Park. Brooklyn Park City Council issued a proclamation to declare June 30th as Paingcha Lor Day. Lor, who's from Laos, became the first woman of Hmong descent to ever compete in a Miss Universe pageant. She finished among the top 16 back in January. The Hmong community is the largest Asian population in Brooklyn Park. Council members wanted to honor her achievement while she was in town.
I will keep going, keep working hard and inspire every young generation right now. And I will really work hard on it and do my best to help my community and everyone. Thank you so much.
Miss Lor stopped by several schools and colleges during her visit to Minnesota, including New Millennium Academy in Brooklyn Center. Call it a migration mystery. How do monarch butterflies make the 3,000+ mile flight from Minnesota to Mexico and back? Well, this weekend you can learn all about the magic of the monarch butterfly. The process of becoming a butterfly is a story in itself. In today's weekend showcase, Dustin Scholl visits the Eastman Nature Center for a lesson on insects.
So every Sunday we do a free family fun day. Families can come out and do different activities with us. This Sunday though, we have the catch and release insects up at the prairie. So we provide the nets, we provide little jars, and we help identify creatures, and then we let them back into the prairie. So we use a see-through net that has little holes in it. It's easy to see the insects that we catch. And then we use a repurposed peanut butter jar that's been cleaned out with little holes on the top. The prairie is changing constantly throughout the summer. The grass is getting longer. There's always different flowers blooming, different bugs on the flowers. Dragonflies is a really big one. In the last couple of weeks, we've had a huge immersion of damselflies. Butterflies is another fun one. And then grasshoppers, quite a few plants of the milkweed, which is the primary food for monarch caterpillars. It creates a toxin in their bodies that a lot of animals and birds know, don't eat me. I've eaten milkweed, I'm toxic. Well, the nice thing about using our equipment is that you don't have to necessarily touch the creatures. If you're like, I'd rather just catch them, I don't want to touch them. And then of course the naturalist is always willing to help. It's just a fun time to be outside as a family, just get to know what's in your backyard a little bit more, and then just enjoy being in the park.
Free Family Fun Day, when you can learn about butterflies and other insects, is Sunday from 1 until 3 at Eastman Nature Center.
The Maple Grove American Legion baseball team is having a solid summer so far. They faced Rogers in a low-scoring battle Thursday. Maple Grove hosting Rogers in North Hennepin League American Legion baseball. Maple Grove's Connor Buckley delivers a base hit to center that scores Kellen Riskadal from second as Maple Grove takes a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second inning. Buckley ends up on second. Pitcher Sam Hagan holds that lead, getting the strikeout here in a game without a whole lot of offense. But in the sixth, Zach Burney bounces a hit up the middle for Rogers. Easton Reidelhoover slides in to score with a bit of a painful landing after the collision, but he ties the game up at 1-1. Bottom of the seventh, and Dylan Vocal ends it with a liner just fair down the third base line. Buckley scores easily as Maple Grove wins a thriller 2-1. They also thumped Brooklyn Park in Game 2 of a split doubleheader. We had some great performances from athletes from the Northwest Suburbs at the State High School track meet in early June. Many athletes continue to train and compete over the summer. Brooklyn Center was the site for a big meet last weekend. It doesn't get the attention that some other sports get, but last weekend's Minnesota State AAU track meet at Brooklyn Center High School brought kids from 8 and under to 18 to compete.
Today we have about 400 athletes registered from all over the state. And the top 16 qualifies to the regional meet next week at Grandview College in Iowa.
The efforts and training from local clubs like Track Minnesota Elite, run by Brooklyn Park resident and former Gophers wide receiver Melvin Anderson, are showing up for high school and college performers.
You're a witness of how fast the kids have gotten at the high school state meet. Over the years, from 24 years ago when we started this, and I know you were out there, to now that the kids are running and jumping a lot further. And a big part of it is club track, summer track, and the things that our nonprofit does.
Short term, they're hoping to reach the Junior Olympics at historic Drake Stadium in Iowa in early August. The programs also hope to get kids to college.
So with our kids, it's just not about track and field, but we also engage them in youth leadership programs, life skill programs, and college prep programs, where we got 51 kids in college because we kind of do some really intentional programming and connecting the dot right into college.
Plenty of Minnesotans will be hitting the lakes to do some fishing around the 4th of July holiday. In this week's CCX Fishing Tip, Hall of Fame angler Terry Tuma says, don't be in such a hurry to charge your trolling motor battery.
We've been told for so many years to charge your batteries, your trolling motor batteries, that is, as soon as you get home or back to a resort or a cabin, even if it's only 10 minutes, charge your batteries, plug in that charger. That is not the case anymore with the new technology and so forth with batteries. And what you need to do is run that battery down at least to 25, preferably close to 50%. And this is going to increase your longevity of your battery up to 10%. So there's a lot of factors here of leaving that battery charger on, number one. Number two, do not run it, the trolling motor, say for 10, maybe you're going out, you're doing some trolling, but you use that trolling motor for just a few minutes or maybe even a half hour. So what we need to do again is run it down 25 and preferably closer to 50%. That is going to increase the lifespan of your batteries.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.